Welcome to Reformer, Mobilise and Stretch. Come and join me, Sarah Jane, for this lovely session. Now, first thing to do as you get to your machine, put on your PPE. So make sure you've got your strap covered before you commence your session. So welcome everybody. How are you all? Let's get set up. So what you're going to need for this session today is your defoam roller. There should be one just at your reformer. If you look behind, you will see this. So this is what you're going to need. So PPE, place it on, take your box off and pop it just out the way. Make sure that you are keeping, if there's other people in this session with you, then just make sure that you're not putting your basically just keep your distance from each other. Put on all of your springs, so every single one of the springs, and put your headrest down so it's completely flat. Your foam roller sits basically right along the mat, so on the headrest, and then just in the centre. And it is a wee bit interesting getting on this. So the best way that I've found to get on it is just basically sit yourself down, and then just gracefully lift and shuffle. You want your head to be on the foam roller and your tailbone to be supported as well. Now, it doesn't matter how tall you are, this will take you a way up beyond 6 foot. So you should be fully supported with your spine on the foam roller. Now, just close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And as you lie here, I want you to just acknowledge what parts of your spine are making contact with the roller. Can you feel your upper back, mid back, low back? What's in contact? And also feel, does your spine feel straight, or are you feeling a bit squinty at one side? So just try and maybe shift your spine side to side to just get more level on that foam roller. Now your feet, you can see I've just put mine on the foot plate. You can put them wherever you like. They can go on the foot bar or foot plate, doesn't matter. Make sure you've got a little bit of space from the shoulder rest. Don't be completely hunched up against it. From here, lift your arms up so the palms of your hands are facing towards each other. And from here, extend through your middle finger. This is the end of a myofascial line, so that connective tissue line. And I want you to just reach your fingertips up to the ceiling and then just draw your shoulder blades back as though you're hugging the foam roller with your shoulder blades. And then again, reach up, inhale as you reach up. Feel your shoulder blades gliding away from the roller. And then draw the shoulder blades back and down, squeezing the foam roller with your shoulder blades. And again, reaching up and drawing down. And again, reaching up and then drawing down. And again. And on the next one, just keep the shoulder blades back as though you're hugging the foam roller with your shoulder blades. So that kind of medial border, that inside part of your shoulder blades is almost hugging the foam roller. Now, take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, open your arms to the side. Feel the stretch down through the chest. Be mindful here that your ribs aren't popping up and that your back isn't leaving the roller beneath you. And then inhale, close the arms. Exhale, open. And just do this in connection and in time with your own breath. Just feeling that chest expand and open, keeping the ribs down into the roller. Bring that up. And you might feel that all the way down your arms. And those of you who may suffer from pins and needles, any kind of shoulder problems, maybe just different sensations, carpal tunnel type syndromes down your arms. If you've got forward head posture, roundedness through your shoulders, this is all fabulous for you to do. So you'll feel this where you need it, and maybe across your pectorals, across your chest, down through the biceps, down through the arms, all good. Just allow your body to feel it, breathe with it, go with it. Now, what I'd like you to do here, take this into a toy soldier. Now, because you're on the reformer, you can't take really your arms straight back because you've got the shoulder rest there. So I want you to just avoid the shoulder rests, so just taking it more out to the side. It's not a problem to do that, it's just a movement that your shoulder does as well. It's just a wee bit different, and it will throw your balance off a little bit. It will make your balance work differently on that roller. And then just do one more on that left side. And then just do both arms together. So it's like a big wide V, you're going back, and then bring it forward. Exhale as you go back. Inhale as you come forwards. And again, exhale back. Inhale forwards. One more. And then from there, we're going to take the arms down to the side. So we're going to pop now our feet onto the bar. We're going to move into a shoulder bridge, but we're going to start with some pelvic tilts now. Feel your lower back just sink down and then arch it off. So you're basically doing a pelvic tilt here. Now, if you struggle with your balance, don't rush up into this. So just take your time. If you don't want to lift all the way up, you don't need to. Now this, being on the roller, will apply some spinal compression, which will allow your spine an opportunity to relax. Now from here, lift yourself up if you can, and then ease it back down. Now you've got to squeeze your bum cheeks a little bit, inner thighs, a little bit of engagement as well. Do that again. So just inhale, exhale up, and then exhale back down. And just assess what you're feeling in your spine, what you're feeling in your legs and your bum. Some of you will find that you get cramp in the back of your hamstrings. Pretty common. Just try and, to be honest with you, once you've got cramp, for the rest of that day, as much as you do this exercise, you'll just continuously get cramp. So you might just need to stay with your pelvic tilt if cramp is annoying you today. Just easing up and down. And in your own time. So you breathe in before you move, and then you're exhaling as you're moving. You breathe in here, exhale as you take it back down. You really just feel that spinal articulation. You'll just feel it really mobilizing through your spine here. You're warming it all up. Lovely. I'll do one more. Glorious. This is medicine for your body, guys. And we're going to come off the roller now. We've got to be a bit careful because you're in a bit of a precarious position here, aren't you? So to come off the roller, the best way to do it is just roll yourself to the side and then just lift your head up. See all I do there? I just slide it away. Just put it down the side of your reformer and then immediately put your feet onto the foot bar. And we're ready to start some footwork here. So shoulders back and down, lift the heels up, pelvic floor engaged, inhale. Then as you exhale, push away. Inhale, return. 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 Exhale, push away. Give me one more. Return that in. Come onto the arches of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale, control. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. And then again, and then just bring that onto the heels of the feet, toes towards your shins. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale, return. Exhale as you push away. Keeping your weight evenly distributed through your heels. As you do this, be mindful of not locking your knees out. So you're keeping a softness about your knees. Shoulders are back and down. Controlling the carriage in and controlling the carriage out. And then just pause in at your stoppers, come onto your toes, extend your legs out straight, and then I'll let your heels go into your tendon stretch. And then go back up onto your toes, and then heels go under. And again, up onto your toes, and the heels go under. And again, up, and under, and up, and under. We'll do one more there. And then from there, just bending and straightening. easing that out. And then switch it out. And the other side. Just switch and just really work into stretching down through that calf, really getting that ankle joint motion. So you're getting that ankle joint, what we call dorsiflexion, so important for just human ambulation, just allowing you to walk like a normal human being. And when we lose that mobility at that ankle joint, it can really have some quite significant impact on the rest of your kinetic chain up your body. So it's a really good one to work. It's something that we just kind of rush past, isn't it? Now, what I would like you to do here is just take your hands to the side. So try and get your elbows in line with your shoulders and just relax here. Just let them open. And I want you to just sway your legs side to side. So just assess how your lower back feels here. Right? Sometimes you might find that when you go one way with your legs, some of you might get little pinches. You know, if you've ever had like any sciatic nerve pain or any tightness or issues going on with your lower back, you might feel some stuff there. If you're kind of normal, functioning, no problems, go to town. You can have some fun here. But those of you that need to maybe just be a wee bit like, oh, how do I feel there? Is there one side? Don't avoid the movement, but just, move with care, but move without fear. Just be mindful and feel. Excellent. Feel good? Just little pelvic tilt, releasing that off. And we should feel a good bit warmer. Okay. Now what I want to do from here is I want to go into a movement that many of us find a wee bit challenging. And so I'll kind of teach it through. So feel free to watch this first and then join in. I think in terms of springs, if you put on just one yellow, that'll do you well. Now, getting into this position can be, let's just say, a bit tricky, but we'll do our best. So, I've got one yellow spring on, that should be good, and I'm going to just basically scoop my bum right down as far as I can on the machine. You'll see why in a second. And then what I want to do is literally walk myself down so my bum is hanging off the end. You see this? And I find my shoulder rest, and then I basically want to get myself so far back that my arms actually end up straight. I'm just going to move this mic so I don't end up muffling for you. Right, hopefully I'm not muffling away here. Probably will. Right, so you want to get your arms fully straight, right? So it's not the easiest position to get into. So on you go. You get yourself into this position. If you want to watch the first one, feel free. But what we're going to do, right, is I want you to just let your bum go down, right, and feel the spring. You can actually feel that yellow spring with your butt. And then lift it back up, right? Lift up into a bridge. And then just go down and up. And just get used to that feeling of like, all right, okay. So what I'd like you to do is scoot your bum down so you feel the spring. Feel it? And then we're really just mobilizing through that spine. You'll feel like the board here right across your spine, right? And that's not a bad thing, right? It's just offering you a bit of mobilization. The lower you go, the more mobility you'll get. But if you're feeling, oh, that feels a bit funny, then just don't lower your bum as much. And then from here, straighten your legs out, right? And you'll quite literally scrape the spring along your bum. And that's okay. Then what I want you to do is lift your bum up so you're away from the spring now, and then bring your carriage in. Then let your bum go down, straighten your carriage, scrape the spring along the buttock, and then lift up and come in. Your hammies will be like, whoa! And then again. Do you like it? I like it. It's really quite juicy. And then again, down. And just really just work your spine. Just work that mobility. This machine's making funny noises to me today. We'll do one more. Okay. And then again. And then what I want you to do is just kind of return your carriage. See how I just shuffled myself back up? Are you there? Do you get it? And then set yourself up. Okay, so carefully just get yourself up. And what I'd like you to do is add a red spring to your springs. And I want you to just see how my straps have just come off there. So check your straps, make sure they're on. And all I want you to do is lie yourself down, and we're going to put our legs in straps. Okay, spine should be feeling good, mine is. So we're going to do legs and straps. So what you do, take your straps, straighten your legs out, one foot in the big loop, put it on the arch of your foot, point the toe, and it will just feel much more secure. Then lift the other leg up. And then squeeze your inner thighs together, position yourself so you're nice and straight, and then you're just going down and up. There you go. Doesn't that feel wonderful? No? It does to me. Okay. And then just circle those legs around. And again. That's it. Easing that round. Easing that round. And just keeping that pelvis nice and level. Easing that round. And go the opposite direction. Really controlling, and make sure you're not, again, hyperextending through those knees. So you've got a softness about your knees. You're drawing your knee cap up into the thigh. Now, bring the heels together, bend the knees. You're coming in, into that frog and pushing out. And again, bending and pushing out. Really pushing from your sit bones. And again, just pushing out. Good. Hopefully that feels good. Exhaling as you go out, inhaling as you come in. Now from there, take your legs up, and I'd like you, we're going to come into short spine. I'd like you to just shuffle your shoulders down a little bit from your shoulder rest. Take your legs down, that's your inhale. Then as you exhale, you're going to peel your spine, slowly lifting up. And then you can use your bum. Bend the knees. And then slowly melt your spine down, opening those springs up. Inhale, exhale, peel, lift it up. Lift, 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 lift. Bend and close your springs. And then lower down. Shoot that out, and again, inhale. How good do we feel? And if you don't want to do this, just stay with your leg circles. Some people might just find, I can't get up there, or hurts my neck, or just make sure you check in with one of the teachers when you're in class. Or if you're maybe booking a one-to-one, we can go through it with you in more detail. So just take the time to learn. And just release that off. Now then, just let the straps come into your inner thighs. Put your hands on the top of your thighs. And just allow, almost just like a little pelvic rock. And take it to the side. Take it to the other side. Glorious. Take the legs up. Open the legs wide and let it pull you. Let those straps just pull and stretch you guys. Golly, is that not just glorious? It's glorious to me. Clearly don't get out much, do I? I pretty much live in here. So just get that big stretch in the inner thighs. I've got really nice leggings on today, so I'm like, anybody else do this where you end up like just rubbing your legs when you've got like different textures of leggings on? I need to get out. Right, take your right strap off, put your right foot on. Put that big loop over the hook, right over, and then just straighten out your right leg, keep your left leg straight. And we're just going to get into hamstring stretch. So you're basically just bending and straightening your right leg and facilitating a stretch on the left leg. And just go as far as you feel comfortable, right? Only as far as you feel you want to go. Doesn't need to be far, okay? Just as far as you want to take it. And then just keep the legs straight. Now, this is my dodgy hip, so I won't go too far. Just take your left leg. I mean, you can lift your left hip off. I'm going to just hang here, but you could go all the way over if you want. And then you can bend your right knee, and that will make it a bit more difficult as well. You'll feel that much more. Now, I'm just being a bit cautious with mine, but you could be further over. Right, we're going to change that. So take the strap off, and then just into the other side, pop your strap on, if I can move. And then from there, into that stretch, and again. Ooh. So really stretching, releasing, hamstrings, your paraspinal muscles here too, guys. Now keep the leg straight, your left leg. Take your right leg over. You can see I can further over. And take your left hand up to the thigh and just kind of help it. Your right hip actually does come off. It doesn't need to if it doesn't feel. If you don't feel that's good for you, you can keep it down, but you don't need to be trying to keep it down. Just let it lift. And then bend your left knee and just feel that stretch down the sides of your thigh. And just see how you feel there. Great. And then just come out of that in your own time. Bend your knees. Pop that strap over the hook. Put the soles of your feet together and just let your knees just fall to the side. Okay? And you can put your hands there to help, or wherever you feel, just to the side. And just take a few moments. Let's just take a couple of breaths. Just to release that off. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. One more. Now you might need your hands to just help your legs to close, or if you're feeling fine, just close them. And then set yourself up. Right, let's just leave on one yellow spring. So remove the red spring that you've got on and spin yourself round so that you're facing the back of your machine. Pick up your straps and just hold. So basically put your hand through the big loop and then just hold it just on your kind of small loop, if that makes sense. So you're just kind of holding and try and be holding your PPE area so that you're not, you're just minimizing your touch points that anybody else could have been touching. Now, I want you to just slide yourself through as far as you can. Now, if you've got really, really skinny wee legs, you'll probably be able to get your legs through, no bother. If not, a bit like myself, you'll need to just cross your legs over. So just cross one leg over the other so that your bum is really close to the shoulder rest. And that's quite important. And especially if you're taller, you'll really need to get quite far up your machine because we want as much mat behind us as possible. So do that now. Sit yourself up tall, shoulders back and down. And then you inhale. And as you exhale, you're basically just rolling yourself down. Roll your spine down. And just take yourself into the springs. Now you're going to touch the springs, you're going to touch the bar, so don't freak out if you do. Inhale, and as you exhale, tuck the chin and roll yourself back up. And only go as far as you want to. If you don't want to go all the way back, you don't need to. Inhale, exhale. Tuck the chin, inhale. So really use your core to get you back up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and again, really mobilizing through that spine. And what we'll do is we'll roll down. I'm going to scoot myself forwards a wee bit because I want to have more mat behind me so you can see how far forwards I am. So if it's feeling a bit, even having your legs like this, some people like to do that with their legs. You're fine to do that if you want. I just don't like that feeling. Inhale, roll down your right side of your spine. Take it back, roll yourself to the center. Oh, that's better. I've got more space. I like that. I can just hang out here. Tuck the chin and then roll up through the center. Let's roll down the left side this time. Exhale as you roll down. Okay, you're easing that down. Almost just take yourself back to your central point and hang out here for a while. Oh, don't you love inversions? Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale and rise up. We'll do the right side again. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Your spine just feels so good after this, and you're working your core. Easing it. Inhale. Exhale. And to the left. Inhale, and as you exhale, down you go. And tuck the chin. Inhale and exhale. Make sure your hair, when you do these kind of things, your hair is out the road. You're not gonna, just be careful. Feel good? Right, so sit yourself back a little bit. Cross the other leg over the top of your leg, right? So whatever leg you had crossed over, cross the opposite one. Sit tall, and we're just going to do some arm work here while we're here. So shoulders back and down, get into your T position. Control, T, sliding the shoulder blades together. Draw the shoulder blades together. Now, one arm goes up, one arm goes down. You always look to the side where the arm goes down. And inhale here, exhale here. Inhale. Bicep curl. Elbows are tall and supported. Back to the T. Let's do our cheerleader. So we're going to do letter T, letter I, and upside down Y. Which is down there. So letter T, wide. I, we're straight up. Upside down Y. Now your I is the hardest one to do. Keep going through that. So if you don't want to do the I, just do a combination of the other two. So T-I-Y, I call this your cheerleader. It's like doing your cheer. So your T, your I, and your Y. Yeah, it's kind of an upside down Y. And just relax that down. Pop your straps down. Just reach over. Just have a moment. Roll. It feels good, doesn't it? So we're going to change. And we're going to take off all your springs. The thing that we tell you never to do, what to do now, is take all your springs off and push your carriage all the way to the top. Now, under there, you'll probably find that you've got a jump board. So just slide your jump board so it's out of the way. And then what you're going to do now, depending on your height, so you'll have different instruction here, you're going to put your box on. Now, I am fairly vertically challenged. So I put my box on in front of my shoulder rest. But if you're taller, you'll have been told this in your fundamental session, if you're taller, you might need to put it over the top. So you'll know yourself. Okay, so stand inside. This area inside here is called your well. So I want you to stand in there. What we're going to do is we're going to really do a deep hip opener here. But balance can be a bit of an issue for some of you. So feel free to watch this if you just need a visual first. So put your right foot up. Now you want to have near the ankle joint on the box. And then allow the right knee, can you see what I've done there, to come down onto the mat. So my foot's nice and relaxed and my knee's down and I'm nice and secure, holding on to the wood here. And then take my hands off the wood and I'm just basically assessing what I feel here down the front of my right thigh. So join me here if you haven't done this already. So just get yourself into this position. Now, as you're here, what will happen is your left hip will just automatically slide up higher than your right hip. That's just where your pelvis will go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and balance our pelvis out and level it off. So put your hands on your hip bone, so the big bony bit at the front here, and you'll feel like your left hip just sits a wee bit higher than your right hip. And all I want you to think about doing is drawing your right hip up higher, right? Don't drop your left hip down. draw your right hip up and you will feel the intensity of the stretch at the front of your thigh increase. Now then what I want you to do is push your pubic bone, this bone right at the front here, forwards, and that will again increase the intensity of the release down the front of your thigh. You have two hip flexors. You have your short hip flexor, which is your iliopsoas, and you have your long hip flexor, which is your rectus femoris. The iliopsoas is really deep into the hip and comes through your pelvis and into the spine. And the rectus femoris, your long hip flexor, comes onto the front of your pelvis and goes down the front of your thigh bone and attaches just below your knee onto the tibial tuberosity. So it's crossing the knee and it's crossing the pelvis. So by you pushing your pelvis forwards, this is why you're getting that intensity of the stretch. Now, if you want to intensify that further, just slide your bum back, so lean back, and you will feel that, I'm sure you will. Now, if you want to take your arms back and look up and get into lots of nice shapes, then feel free. It's not going to do you any harm. But just try and keep your technique there. Now, this is, honestly, see as a postural release, a postural muscle. Those of you who get knee pain, back pain, hip pain, I'm telling you right now, this area here is a good one to certainly always start. You're not going to do any harm stretching this out. Now, to safely dismount out of this, just put your hands down and just release off. Now, I'm not saying that was completely comfortable because it wouldn't have been. It's a wee bit uncomfy, maybe around your ankle and stuff as well, but you're not there that long. Now, just release through your pelvis a little bit, and then let's do the left leg. So hopefully you understand a wee bit more what we're trying to do there with this exercise. So hips, get the knee down, right? Just kind of get yourself ready. Draw your core in so that you're a wee bit more stable. Get yourself up, right? And then now your right hip will be sitting higher than your left hip. So what we want to do is we want to pull the left hip up rather than drop the right hip down. We're pulling the left hip up. And I'm screaming this side, right? This is, I don't know about anybody else, if you get different feelings, different sensations from one side to the other, this side is hating on me. I need this clearly. Right, up we go with that left hip, and actually, this is horrible for me. I want you to push your pubic bone forwards. I really don't want to do this, but I need to. And if you're in the same boat as me, if you've got an injury, usually back pain, hip pain, knee pain, right? This is usually annoyed. So for me, clearly, with my hip injury, it's raging, right? But I need to do it. And you need to have that confidence in that you're okay, right? You're not making something worse. Just nice, slow, steady. And then if you want to lean back, I'm not going to. I'm at my max here. If you want to lean back, then lean back. If you want to go into that extension, go into that extension. This is where my hip wants to stay. So always listen to your body, know where you are that day. Some days I'll do this and I'm okay. Today, this is my max. I need to listen to that or I'll suffer if I don't. So, feel good? Kinda? Not sure? Swearing at me right now? He's all like, goodness, that's horrible. Right, bend, push your bum back. Whew, how do we feel? Right, so just kind of come out of that. Take a wee moment, get yourself a drink. Forgot to bring my water in here. Typical. Everybody doing okay though, right? And just keep it, keep it safe. Keep just, be at that level where you're pushing yourself, but you know where your limit is, okay? But you're moving with confidence rather than with fear. Right, so we need to bring our carriage all the way back forwards again. And let's put on a yellow and an orange spring. Okay, one yellow, one orange, doesn't matter which yellow, either are fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get you to just take your box off for now. So just pop it there. See when you're lifting your box, try and kind of, you can use this to get off, but try and actually hold it with kind of here. So it's just better, you'll get more of a grip. The little straps that Rob's put on for us are great, but they're a bit bendy and I'm just waiting on them flying off. So hold it underneath, I think it'll be a bit better. Right. So some of you probably struggle getting into this position, but it's a really, really good position to be able to do, right? Can you sit like this? Many of you hate on me right now if you can't do this. And if you've got arthritic changes of your ankles, if you've got arthritic changes in your knees and stuff, you'll be like, but do your best. If you need to, you can maybe put like even your foam roller under here, right, to bring yourself up a wee bit. So if you need to, you need to. Right, hands on the shoulder rest. And then I want you to just extend your spine back, look up to the ceiling, and lift your bum up and push your hips up, guys. Push your hips right up. Squeeze your buttocks. Let yourself go back. Okay, really lift those hips high. Breathe. Okay, and ease yourself down. Ease that off. Just release. Just release through your back. And we're now going to go into some front splits. So you've got your yellow and your red spring on. Put your right leg forwards onto the foot plate and put your left foot into the left shoulder rest. Now your right shin should be against your bar. Your left foot is against the shoulder rest. The knee is down. Now, unfortunately, we're not allowed to have any like paddy stuff. We can't give you paddy stuff for your knees in here. These have already been upholstered, so they should be nice and padded. But see if you really feel when you're coming in and you need more padding, you're going to have to bring your own thing, because if we can, essentially now, if we can't wipe it, we can't give you it to use. So it is a wee bit annoying. We can't use any of our pads and stuff, like any kind of cushions. So if you need to, just bring that kind of stuff with you for your knees. Now push back and just get into the hip first. Okay, so just like that. So just into the hips. Just relax the shoulders, just warming the hips up. Let the hips slide down. That's it. And then hold back. And then just straighten the leg. Bend and straighten. Beautiful. And then bring that back in, and then change over. So do the other side, left leg on, right foot in against the right shoulder rest. Keep the shin against the bar, and then just tease it out. Okay, tease that back hip, so you're just sinking it down. This is my good side, so it doesn't bother me. But if you've got any injuries and stuff, it really just shows up. You're like, oof, feel tight there. Now hold that back, and then straighten the front leg. And just kind of work through that. So you're exhaling as you push, inhaling as you come in. And look, we're not expecting your technique and stuff to be absolutely perfect in this. So work on that when you're in your in-person classes with us. Really, really help. Ask for help with that. And if you, I mean, many of you are on the self-care packages where you're getting one-to-one, at least one-to-one session per month. So it's absolutely excellent for really helping you with your technique, and that really, just that investment into your technique will help you you know what I'm saying, in so many ways. It just blows what you're doing right out of the water. Right, let's finish this session today with some side lateral bending of your spine. We haven't really done any of that today, so what I'd like you to do is just sit. Basically, if we have our left, we'll all do the same so that I'm not mixing you up with what leg's doing what. So have your left shin against the shoulder rest. Your right heel is towards your pubic bone, and your right hand is on the bar. Now, always when you do this, have your hand forwards on the bar rather than behind you. Your natural instinct, believe it or not, will actually have it here. But actually, this, for many of you, when you're getting into this position, it puts you kind of at risk of just slight shoulder impingement. So I need you to be really mindful of that. So have it forwards. And then from here, we're just going to up. So this is your inhale. Your exhale is your control. Now, it is a fairly heavy spring. I'm quite fine with that, but if you're not, then just put your spring down, maybe to 1 yellow. Keep that left butt cheek nice and heavy. Just easing that off, opening the waist, opening the hips. We'll do one more here, and take that left hand over, and we're going to come into our swan. Now, it's quite important here that you get a push-pull. So see your right hand, you push to what? So let me explain. You're pushing with that hand, and you're pulling with this hand. So see when you're in this position, that hand is pushing, this hand is pulling. Okay? So my left hand is pulling, my right hand is pushing, and you'll feel that all the way up the sides of your lats and into your swan. Okay? So really get the feeling. And if you're unsure, Make sure you ask us when we're doing this in sessions. You know, get yourself booked in for one of the one-to-one sessions. Linda can go through this with you so that you really get that sensation. Here, and take it over. We're going to spin round to the other side to finish that off. So put your right shin against the shoulder rest, put your left heel towards the pubic bone, left hand is on the bar, inhale, you're up and over. So you're really breathing into that right lung. So get the air directed towards the right lung, you're lifting up and over, you're breathing in, you're breathing out, you're breathing in, you're breathing out. You're keeping that right butt cheek down as well. So it's nice and down into the carriage. Do one more and then take the arm wide. And then again, push and pull with the arms, rising up. So you're pushing with the left arm, pulling with the right arm. One more. And then just take the right arm to the shoulder rest. And then just take the left arm up and over, counterbalance that. Bring that. So spin yourself round. So you're facing off the edge of your reformer. Wide through your legs. Sit right on your sit bones. And I want you to just bend forward. So just bring your body forward. See how your lower back feels. Keep your spine long. Release through your neck. We did do quite a wee bit of arm stuff there as well today, so your neck might be feeling a wee bit, ooh, shoulders worked. Stack the spine, and fantastic work. Well done. Well done. If you have any questions, remembering just to ask us when you're in class, or just see us in your next one-to-one session. See you all later. Have a fantastic day, and a huge big well done.